Welcome back. My name is Rick, and drinking that jug is my 10-year-old son Rocco. We're here at the Perfect Game All-State Games where Team Green is getting ready to face off against Team Purple. This is a showcase, so everybody's going to move around quite a bit, and we're going to get started here in a minute. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, we're here at the Huntington Beach Sports Complex where Levi is getting ready to pitch the first inning here, and he starts with the ball high. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. We love reading your comments and answering them, so give us some love. Tell us what you think. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and hit well to the left center field, and that's going to be down in the gap. It's going to get all the way to these 300-foot fences, and they're picking it up right there as the runner is rounding to go to third. The throw's coming in, and he's going to be safe there with a triple. Nice hit there, number 59 from Team Purple. Good swing. All right, first pitch, new batter. Up high for ball one. The 1-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, off the catcher, runner going, and he's out at the plate. Good job, catcher. Good job, Levi. One down, way to go. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Right to Max, who throws to first. Good job, Max. 2 outs. Let's go. All right, we got 2 outs. Nobody on now. First pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle. And off of Braxton in center field, I think. Or is that Jackson? That's Jackson, who runs and grabs it. And that young man's going to end up at third base. So a little missed up in the outfield. It's 2 extra bases. Here we go. All right, runner on third. First pitch. Right there, strike one off the catcher's glove. Runner holds. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed in the dirt off the catcher all the way to the backstop. Runner's going to score, and the young man is going to take first base on the drop strike 3. So, nice pitch, Levi. Just a tough bounce off the catcher. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball one. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by Max. Shoveled to second base for out number 3 there to Braxton. And Green gets out of it. They do give up 1. Let's go hit, boys. Come on. Okay, leading off for Green is Caleb, who swings at the first one, breaking ball, ties him up for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. And that's going to get through into right field. And he's going to just barely beat it out there at first. Ooh, they almost got him. Good job, Caleb. Way to run hard. Here we go. Up next is Aaron. First pitch down in the dirt, ball 1. And Caleb is picked off of first, but they throw it away. Nice backup. And Caleb's going to be on second base. Good job. The 1-0 to Aaron. Swung on, hit on the ground to shortstop, who does field it. Throw over to 1 and get him there. So that's 1 out. And Caleb's going to be on third base. Good job. Umpire right in the way now. Jackson up to bat. First pitch to him. Down in the dirt, ball 1. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground hard. That's going to get through into right field. They throw 1, but too late. That scores a run and ties it up. Great job, Jackson. Here we go. We got Parker up now. First pitch to him is down in the dirt, ball 1. Jackson going 2, and he does take that base pretty easily. Good job, kid. Way to go. Here's the 1-0 to Parker. Swung on, hit right back to the pitcher. He checks runner who already went and does get him at first base. Sorry. I was trying to figure out where we were going there. That's 2 outs. Good try, Parker. Andrew steps in now. First pitch to him he's fooled on it for strike 1. Little sword action. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit hard through the infield, and that is stopped by left field. Good job, left field. That does score another one. Green goes up 2-1. Nice hit, Andrew. First pitch to Levi is low for ball 1. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, hit in the air. Center fielder going back, and it's going to be over his head. And that's going to get all the way out here to the fence where he picks it up. Throws it in, and Levi going 2. And that's going to score another one. So 3-1 now. Team Green, way to go. Nice hit. Attaboy. Brings up my 10-year-old son Rocco now. Levi on third base, 2 outs. First pitch to him is inside, ball 1. The 2-0 pitch. Called strike one, inside corner. Levi going, and he's going to be safe there. Good job. All right. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball, strike three, and Rocco goes down on strike, struggling with the curve. Here we go. All right, so we still had outfielders warming up, and a pitch was thrown and hit, and they called it live ball. So we've got a runner on first base. Don't know how that happened. Levi gets a strike there. Here's the 0-1. That one's high. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe there at second base. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit in the air. And it's dropped there in left field. Good try. 46. Can't remember who that is right now. That was Andrew. Good try, Andrew. Okay, new batter, first pitch. Swung on and missed. Runner's going. And he's going to take third base and second base. Good try there at catcher. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. First pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. He's going to throw third and get him there, I believe. They do cut one down, so they get the lead runner, sort of. The lead runner scores. They get the next lead runner, and we got 2 outs. All right, new batter, first pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Charged by third, diving play, and can't quite get him at second base. Nice try. Whoever's there at third base, who was that? I will find out. That was Caleb at third base. First pitch, new batter, inside, ball one. Here's the 1-2. Ooh, and that's gonna get him on the hand. Yikes, darn it. Okay, bases are loaded now. First pitch from Levi. Right there, strike one, good pitch. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit well on the ground to the shortstop, Aaron, who throws two for out number 3. Good job, Braxton, there at second base. And Green gets out of it, does give up one. Good job, Levi. Here we go. Max stepping in and sees ball one on the first pitch. Here's the 3-0, and that's going to miss high as well. And Max is going to work a 4-pitch walk and hustle down to first. Good job, Max. Here's the first pitch to, I'm not sure, and it's hit to second base, and they're going to get him there. I'll tell you who that was here in just a second. That was Liam there, and now we have Livingston. Here's the pitch to Livingston, outside, ball one. Here's the 1-0, and that's hit on the ground. Shortstop grabs it, throws one, and does complete the out there. So that's going to be 2 outs. Max is on third. Here we go. Braxton now steps in. First pitch to him. Swung on and missed in the dirt. And I guess it was a foul ball maybe? I don't know. Max holds at third base. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit well on the ground. And that's going to get through into left and all the way by the left fielder. Braxton hustling around second. Left fielder picking up the ball now way deep. Braxton is going to get sent home. And play at the plate is not there with the half scorpion slide. Braxton's going to have himself a 4-bagger. Way to go, kid. Attaboy. New batter, first pitch is high, and that is to Miles. Miles with the 1-0. Swung on, hit to the left side. Stopped by the shortstop way deep. Not going to have a play. Nice effort anyway. Good job, Miles. Way to have that little infield single. Let's go. Here's the first pitch to Caleb. That's outside, ball one. 1-1. Swung on, hit on the ground, and fielded by the first baseman. He's going to beat him over there to first base, and that's going to be 3 outs. But good job, Green. Way to score a couple. Here we go. All right, top of the third, Caleb now pitching for Team Green. Let's see what he's got. First pitch from him is pulled outside for ball one. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air. Underneath it is Jackson, who makes the catch. Good job, Jackson. 1 out. Okay, new batter here. First pitch. Up high, ball one. The payoff pitch. Ooh, just off the plate, ball 4. All right, new batter. First pitch, down in the dirt, ball one, and it gets by the catcher, so runner's going to take second base there. Catcher trying to pick that so he could make a throw, and just couldn't quite do it. Here's the 3-2 again. Swung on and hit to the right side, and that's going to be down into right field for a base hit. It's going to score one, and There's the ball there. They're going to hold it. All right. Okay, first pitch. Swung on and missed. Runner goes. And he's just going to beat it on the pick and tag. Good try there, Jackson. Nice throw, catcher. Here we go. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good battle, Caleb. Way to win that one. 2 outs. All right, new batter. First pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Good block catch. Here's the 1-2. Called. Strike 3, and Caleb gets out of it. Nice pitching. Let's go green. Let's get some hits. Aaron stepping in here. First pitch to him. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Here is the 1-0. On a little hesitation piece. Chopped to the shortstop. Fielded. Thrown over to first. And they're going to have him there at first base. Good try, Aaron, on the stretch there. And that's 1 out. Jackson stepping in now. First pitch to him. Off the plate, ball 1. 2-0. Swung on, hit well. It's actually hanging up in the air, and center fielder dives and makes the catch. Really great play, number 30. Little web gem. Excellent job. First pitch to Parker. Outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground weakly. Second base fields it. Throws to first just in time to get him. And that's 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down for Green that inning. Let's go get some outs of our own, boys. Here we go. I was helping a kid put his bike chain on. Missed the first pitch, which was pulled inside. So this is the 1-0 from Caleb here. And that's hit in the air. Caleb going for it. And that's going to fall down foul. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit well on the ground, and that's going to be fair down the line, all the way down. It's going to get out of play, I think. Nope, it hits the fence. And that runner is going to have himself an inside the park home run. Fences are so deep that a lot of stuff, especially down the lines. So nice hit there, number 30, all the way down the line, and that's a 4-bagger. Good job. Here's the first pitch to the new batter, ball 1, up high. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground, and that's going to get through the 5-6 hole. Stopped well by Aaron in left field. And that young man has himself a single. Nice hit. First pitch, new batter, outside, ball 1. Runner holds. 3-0 pitch. Up high, ball 4. Runner goes, didn't matter. Ball 4 anyway. Here we go. All right, first and second now. First pitch is low in the dirt, ball 1. Had to move over with all the action in my way. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, hit in the air, going for it, and he throws 3, and it gets away there at third base, so they're not going to get an out. Had one at first, and that's still no outs. Good try, but here we go. We got bases loaded with no outs now. 2-run game. First pitch here finds the strike zone. I got to move again. 1-2. Curveball rolled over on. Tough play. Only plays at 1, and they are going to get him there. So the little swinging bunt drives in another run, and I believe the score's 5-6 now. Green clinging to a 1-run lead with 1 out here in the 4th inning. New batter, first pitch. Ball 1. 3-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 4. So that's another 4-pitch walk. Bases are loaded again with 1 out. New batter, first pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, but foul. 2-2. Swung on, hit well. That's going to get through into left field. That's going to score at least 1. And let's see here. It looks like it scored 2. So purple's going to take a 7-6 lead here. All right, new batter here, first pitch. Outside, stopped well by the catcher. Way to move. I was wrong. It did not score 2. So it's tie game right now. And that's going to be strike 1 inside corner. 3-1. Swung on, hit in the air. Going for it is center field, and it's down. That is going to untie the game. Scores 2 more. It looks like, yep, 2 more. Ball gets by catcher, but they're going to hold there at second and third base. Nice hit, young man, from purple. 59. Good job. Still 1 out here. Caleb's still working. First pitch. Called strike 1 inside corner. 1-2 pitch. Inside and gets him on the back foot. So that's going to put him on. Bases loaded again. Okay, bases loaded. New batter. First pitch from Caleb is just up, it looks like, for ball 1. Here's the 3-0. And that's going to be a walk. It walks in a run. All right, new pitcher here. First batter swung on and missed, strike 1. All right, it's Andrew pitching. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good job, Andrew. We need one more. All right, first pitch on the new batter. Right on the outside corner, strike 1. Great pitching, Andrew. And that is strike 3 on the 1-2 pitch. Good job, Andrew, coming in and cleaning it up. Attaboy. Okay, here we go. First batter for Green this inning. First pitch, swung on, hit in the air, and center fielder going for it, and it's going to fall in front. So nice job, Andrew, I believe. Again. And they throw it away, and Andrew's going to get 2 there on the 3rd time they tried to pick him, and it got away. Good job, Andrew. First pitch, that's a balk. Yep, okay. He started from the windup, stepped back, and just stopped. So Andrew's going to take 3rd base. Okay, here we go. Finally, first pitch to Levi. Swung on and hit up the middle, and that's going to be down into center field for a base hit, scoring a run. Good job, Levi. Here we go. That brings up Rocco. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit on the ground, and that's going to get through into right field. So Rocco has a base hit, and oh, there it is. There he is. Levi's at 3rd base. Good job, Rocco. Attaboy. All right, Max up now. First pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1. Rocco does take 2nd base. Here's the 0-2 to Max. Swung on and missed again. Strike 3. That's 2 outs. All right, first pitch swung on and missed on. Here's the 0-1 to Liam, and that's behind him. Runner goes, and he's going to score there. Good job, Levi. Green down by 1. Let's go. 2-1. Swung on, hit in the air, and they're going to catch it there in right field, and that's going to be the 3rd out, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the 2nd out. All right, Livingston up now. First pitch to him is up high, ball 1. Livingston with a chance to tie it. Tying run is on 3rd base. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air. Maybe a gapper, but no, caught by the center fielder. So that is the end of the inning. Green down by 1. Let's go. Okay, Andrew back into pitch. Rocco behind the dish now. First pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, stopped by 2nd base. He's going to pick it up, throw from his butt, and just not in time. Nice try there. All right, first pitch, new batter. Right there, strike 1. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit well. That's going to be in the gap here in right center field. And runner is hitting 2nd base right now. Ball picked up. Thrown in, and they're going to have maybe a play at the plate. Rocco there waiting, and he tries to grab it and tag, but the runner was already by him. Good try. That's a inside the Parker for real this time. Nice job. First pitch. Called, strike 1. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Rocco's going to have to pick it up and throw 1. And he does. Good job. First pitch, new batter. Just low in the dirt, ball 1. 3-1 pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. All right, new batter, first pitch. Just off the plate, ball 1. 2-2. Called, strike 3. Great pitch, Andrew. New batter, first pitch. Off the plate, ball 1. That gets by Rocco as he reached for it, and runner's going to take 2nd base. 3-1. Off the plate, ball 4. Runner goes. And we're going to have 1st and 3rd here with 2 outs. Okay, new batter, first pitch, 1st and 3rd. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Way to start. Here we go. 0-2 again, or 1-2. Swung on, hit in the air. Center fielder underneath it. Good job, Jackson. Makes the catch, gets us out of it. And let's go hit Green. Okay, Braxton stepping in here. First pitch to him. Swung on in the dirt, strike 1. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, but it gets by Braxton. And the umpire's in the way. He's going to get down there on the strikeout, but dropped. So we got ourselves a base runner. Good job. All right, Miles up. First pitch to him is swung on and hit. And that's going to get into left field for a base hit. Nice job, Miles. We got something going here. First and second, no outs. Let's go. All right, Caleb up now. First and second, no outs. First pitch to him. Off the plate, ball one. We are about out of time here, so this should be it. We do have tying run at the plate with no outs here. The 1-0 to Caleb. Swung on and chopped back to the pitcher. That could be two. They get 1 and 2. So now we're down to our last out. And we got to bring up one more batter just to have the tying run up. Here we go. All right, Aaron up now. First pitch to him. Up and in, ball one. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, hit way in the air. And it is caught by the second baseman. I think that's probably going to be the ball game. Green just tried to mount a rally there at the end and couldn't quite do it. The comebacker killed it, really. But, you know, nobody's fault. Everybody worked hard. Everybody tried hard. Good try. We'll go get them this afternoon. Green, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment. We love reading your comments and answering them. We're going to see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.